Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this Syncwire 40-watt dual Type-C convertible plugs charger. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description on Amazon, and if you use that link it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So if we look at the features here, it says convertible plugs provide more charging options for global travel. Dual 20-watt Type-C ports enable charging at full speed simultaneously. Built-in intelligent chips and high technology offer multiple protection. Wide compatibility to charge the iPhone, Android phones, and etc. USB-C LED soft light design, easily locate and connect the charger. And here are the specs. The input is AC 100 to 240 volts, 50 or 60 hertz, 1 amp max. Type-C 1/2 output, 5 volts at 3 amps, 9 volts at 2.22 amps, 12 volts at 1.67 amps, 20 watt max. Total output is 40 watts. So this charger supports 20 watts per port for 40 watts total. So here we have the user manual. Usually chargers are pretty straightforward. It does seem to show how to swap the plugs. So here we have different plugs. So I think this one's for the UK and this one is European. And here's the charger. So for the US plug, you can just flip this down and plug it in the wall. And if you're traveling, you flip this up and it will fit in these slots here, like so. That's pretty slick, and that's pretty secure in there too. It's not wobbling back and forth. Obviously these can't flip down while this is slid in there. It's also grabbed by the middle. So that's very secure. So this has a smooth texture on the outside, has a little bit of concavity here, you can see. Then we have the two ports, and these have lights around them. So I'll plug this in. There we go. This is very bright in here. I'm going to turn off the light so we can see those lights there. Okay, so you can see these two lights where the ports are. Needless to say, you don't need to see those lights when you have ambient light in the room, and you don't want those lights very bright because at nighttime you don't want these lighting up a whole room. So those will serve the purpose if this was plugged into a wall. You can see where to plug in your phone. Okay, so I have a couple cables here. I have a USB to USB Type-C cable, and I have a USB Type-C to Lightning cable. So I have a couple of devices here. I have an iPhone 13 mini, so I'll plug that into the Lightning port. I'll plug that into port 1. I just felt a little vibration, and it is charging. I also have a Nintendo Switch. I'll plug into that. I'll plug that into the C2 port. And that is charging. So I'll unplug both of these. I have my USB tester here. So the iPhone is, I don't know, 80% charge probably, and the Switch is at 34% charge. So the amount you'll get out of this depends on how low the battery is. So I don't expect to see full 20 watts, but I'm guessing we'll see a higher draw on the Switch. So I'll plug this in here. I'll plug the iPhone in. I'll have to turn off this light. Let's see if we can see here. So it's a little tricky to see here. We have 4.99 volts, 0.75 amps. It's switching quite a bit. The watts are at about 4.32. So that's not charging all that fast because devices will charge faster when they have less charge in them. So here we have the Switch. I'll plug it in. Okay. And there we have the Switch. So the Switch is charging at 12.1 volts, 1.25 amps, and 16 watts. So this will support 20 watts, but the Switch is only asking for 15 right now, and it's able to supply that. So since this supports the PD protocol, this can negotiate the voltages to give the optimum charging for your devices, for your PD devices. Otherwise, it will just charge regularly. So I like the form factor of this charger. It's really easy to grip. It's nice and smooth and rounded, so it feels nice to hold. With two ports, you can use this to charge two devices. If you have, say, a phone and a tablet, or like I have the Switch, this would also work for a person and their spouse or partner. So many devices are getting charged now with USB. So along with phones, tablets, switches, I have all sorts of devices that charge with these, including flashlights, hand warmers, power tools, you name it. So USB has become kind of the standard for charging a lot of things. So that makes this very, very useful. So this is going to be compatible with many devices. So that's the Syncwire 40-watt dual Type-C convertible plugs charger. That's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.